Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques.
Halt.
Jacques.
Halt.
What's up, folks? What is going on? What is going down? As you all know, the Tennessee Titans with the huge loss in the toilet bowl to the Jags, 10-6. A pitiful game, a sad game, just overall a pitiful performance by the Tennessee Titans. Though we knew they weren't going to make the playoffs, if they had a chance by winning today, would have helped them at least a little bit. We can't beat Jacksonville. I don't hear anyone talk about playoffs, anything. We suck. We suck. Jay Burks, what'd you say? We suck. We suck. We're terrible. We're a terrible football team. So this is a bad loss, Jacques. And so, hey, for those out there, man, that's just joining us, man, hey, follow us here on Bleacher Report at Lorenzo_the Hawk. Follow Jacques at Jacques Merrill. You can also follow us on Twitter, Titans Weekly 24/7, and on YouTube at Titans Weekly, Tennessee Titans Weekly as well, Jacques. Man, we're here, bro.
Yep. I was at the game, so I know. I was there. Shout out to my daughter, man. That was her first NFL experience and game. Sorry it had to be like for that game, but I mean, still kind of is what it is. First of all, I want to say this. There was the toilet bowl, the toilet was empty because it was nobody really at that game. It was dead from the beginning. The energy was low. The vibe was off. The Titans is a whole, and we'll talk about it, but something has to be done, man, from a cultural perspective, an organizational perspective. So yeah, but we'll get into it. But anyway, let's just get into the main segment, man. Hawk, give us the main reason why we lost this game.
The main reason why the Tennessee Titans lost this game, man, and we got that poll question out there as well, too, man, is I'm going to blame today on offensive play calling, bro. I think there was opportunities for us to get the ball down the field. And we spoke on our show previous that we knew that they would play us better deep, which they did do. And I'm speaking of the Jags playing the ball deep. But the inside was wide open, bro. And I really want to speak all on offense because there was throws Will Levis should have made. There was catches that receivers should have made. But overall, we were incredibly conservative today. We did not look to throw it deep. When we were running the ball, we were very successful. And Tony Pollard had over 100 yards rushing, almost 5 yards to carry. So we were moving the football. And then when it came to crunch time, we want to throw a 3rd down and 2 and throw it 1 yard. Like we were not extending plays at all. We were being extremely conservative, almost playing scared against the worst defense in the NFL. The Jags came in 32 in the league in the NFL in defense, giving up 408 yards a game. And today we only had 272 yards. We were scared. I thought it was Halloween. You know, we look at our 3rd down efficiency, even on defense. Like our defense did okay, but it's overall, man, look, we did not come to play ball. We did not play with a lot of energy. We didn't give up a lot of sacks. Overall, as far as total plays, we just didn't do enough. We were 0-3 on 4th down. So we did not extend plays. We were not able to move the ball the way that we needed to and be efficient. I'm going to blame offensive play calling, and I'm speaking on all offense. I'm speaking Brian Callahan. I'm speaking of the offensive line, Will Levis. But overall, if I put it together, I don't like how we were making play calls, and I'm putting that on Callahan. We have to do better, and we didn't. The Jags defense is terrible, and we lost to a very bad football team. Yes, it's 2 bad football teams, but today the play calling didn't get it done at all, bro. I'm blaming offensive play calling as the main reason why we lost today. Jacques, what about for you, bro?
I'm blaming the whole offense, not just play calling. I'm blaming the entire product, man, because again, if I call plays, I need you to execute them. If you ain't executing them, I can't call plays. If you want me to call your scheme, let's do you. Let's call your scheme. Let's see what you're strong at. If you still can't execute off your scheme, no. The Jags, again, defensively, they, like you said, they didn't get a lot of sacks. It really wasn't. Offensive line did okay. They didn't do terrible, but still, what happens is the Jags, again, I always go back to preparation. This is why I keep asking, how are we preparing when it comes to just this overall season period. How are we preparing for each game? Are we watching film? What's the film strategy? What's the film structure? What's the structure of how we're preparing? Because when I look at the Steelers, when I look at a coach like Mike Tomlin, when I'm looking at HBO, whatever, Hard Knocks, I'm looking at how they prepare, and their preparation is top tier. Top tier. Well, are we doing the same thing? Because again, when I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, the play calling looks the same. Yeah, we ran the ball very well. We did. But also, it's ill and void when you can't score points.
Yep.
We ain't scoring points. We getting red zone. We ain't. Our red zone efficiency sucks. I don't know the percentage on it. It's probably trash. Again, we rely on the deep ball. That's our bread and butter. If we can get lucky, we can get it when we throw deep. Maybe somebody's down there to catch it. Cool. There, the middle's open, but once you get in the middle, what happens when he's executing into the getting that plus yards territory in that red zone in that particular space? So I blame the whole product. The whole product on offense is not good. Defensively, they can only hold for so long. They can only try their best with what they can do. They've been the strongest unit we've had all year. It shows on paper. It shows from a points perspective now because the Jags was only able to score 10 points. Yes, right, at the wrong time, unfortunately, right? And they're going to get the blunt of the blame because their defense, right? You guys are the ones that allowed them to score the points, but offense didn't help us out, right? Again, we have an offense problem, and I'll talk about that in a minute when we get to the next segment of the show. But I'm with you, Hawk. I just can't blame Callahan. I'm blaming the whole product of just offense. We don't have nothing. We're not a strong offensive unit at this point, and it has to be fixed, dog. And that's Callahan, that's the quarterback, that's the offensive line, running back position. I'm okay with the receiver. Even the receivers are not catching the ball when it's thrown to them all the time, right?
Yeah.
So that's me.
Yeah, for sure. Facts, no paper, Jacques. Facts, no paper. So for those that's just joining us as well, as you know, the Tennessee Titans did lose today to the woeful Jacksonville Jaguars in a terrible football game, 10-6. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat as well. So Jacques, watching this entire game, you saw it there at the stadium. Then you saw it at home as well, man. Tell us, Jacques, give us a grade today. And we got the poll question out there as well, man. Give us a grade for today's game for Will Levis.
You get a C. I mean, he didn't do nothing spectacular. I think my biggest knock on him was he had a wide open chig in the end zone that could have equated to 7 points. That could have been the game, a helper from the game. But I'm gonna give him a C because he didn't turn the ball over. But I mean, that's just me. He gets a C, dog. What about you?
I'm gonna give Will Levis a C minus. It's a hell of a C minus. To your point, no turnovers, that helps him out, though he didn't score any touchdowns. And his quarterback rating today wasn't really that good either. I think he was 19 for 32 and had 168 yards. I know in the first half, overall, we just ran the ball, with Tony Pollard because we were being efficient. So that took the ball out of his hands. But there were plenty of plays, though some receivers did have some drops. So there was a lot of plays where Will Levis didn't complete the pass. Like, you got to make that throw. You got to make those timely throws. And he did a better job in stepping up in the pocket and not getting sacked. But, and J.C. Latham on the one sack he got, J.C. Latham looked like J.C. Penney out there. You can't allow that he got completely beat and almost got Will Levis knocked out for the season. So I expect Will Levis, as time goes on to progress, against the Jacksonville Jaguars, you cannot score 6 points. You can't. So I'm giving Will Levis a C minus. I think he could have played better today. I really do. I think there were times maybe he could have ran the wide open pass to Chig. You got to make that play, dude. In the NFL, you have to make those plays. So that's just where I'm at, man. Will Levis could have had a better game today. Not too happy with Will today.
I agree. All right, Hope. What would you give grade for Callahan? How would you grade Callahan today?
I'm giving Brian Callahan, and we got that poll question out there as well too, y'all. So I'm grading Bill Callahan a D today. A D. I don't think Brian Callahan right now is this game. I don't think this was his best game coaching. Again, we talked about offense, and you are the offensive guru here, right? You are supposed to, We had everybody get rid of Vrabel, get rid of Derrick Henry, that's what everybody wanted, this new offense, this new era of stuff. And we're still not scoring points. We're not scoring points. Mike Vrabel was a defensive guy. Callahan is an offensive guy. I'm not comparing the two, but I'm saying that's why you brought him in to change that. Fine, you let Vrabel go. Cool. You bring in Brian Callahan. We can only score 6 points against the Jacksonville Jaguars. We were not creative on offense. We seem to question ourselves. You clearly can see it even on the field. I just think too, man, when you look at the offense again, overall offense, we only had 272 yards of offense against the Jags. They give up 400 yards a game, okay? And 6 points at the end of the day. The Jags give up 26 points a game. So we were 0-3 on fourth down. We did have the ball for 31 minutes, so we had plenty of time to score points, and all we did was kick 2 field goals by Nick Folk. That's unacceptable. A D for me for Brian Callahan. What about you, Jacques?
Man, I'm going to give him a C, and the reason why I'm giving him a C is because of what he's having to work with. Again, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna treat him just like Will Levis. I'll save that. I'll save it. I'm gonna give him a C. Because again, the play calling wasn't the best, but again, this is why I advocate for my head coach not to call plays. I don't care if you're on the defense. I don't care if you're an offensive head coach. I don't care if you're a defensive head coach. I advocate for you to be a head coach. Okay. Now there is one questionable thing that he did do, and I think I was on the phone with you, Hawk. I think for kicking the field goal, going for it on fourth down, and I think it was like a minute to go or whatnot. We was in the red zone. I advocate us kicking field goals because that puts us in a situation where we can go down and maybe win the game off of 3 points. Right? It would have been 10-9 versus 10-6. But from a play calling perspective, again, what can he do? Right? I mean, he's implemented a system. He's working with what he can work with when it comes to Will Levis. And again, I'm going to say it again, Will Levis is not his guy. But I'm just going to give him a C because it is his first year. This game is not his worst game. I've seen him worse in worse games. But again, I don't like the fact that he calls plays. I think he needs to take that responsibility and put it on somebody else. And not the guy that is, what's the guy's name? Holt? Is that his name?
Yeah.
No, I don't. He's not proven to me. I don't know who he is. Yeah, he was with the Jags last year, but I need a proven play caller. So that's for me. I'm giving him a C.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. All right. So
crazy, but it's a reason why I'm gonna say this in a minute. Go ahead.
All right. So let's talk about Brian Callahan. So there has been rumors, just on the internet, especially after today's loss, 10-6 to the Jags. Looking at our record right now, we are 3-10. We only have that's 13 games. We got 4 more games left. To your point earlier, I don't think it'd be today. But even to say at the end of the season, should Brian Callahan be on the hot seat after this season? Yes or no, and explain why.
No. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if he's on the hot seat and you make an emotional decision like that and you fire him, you better bring in somebody like Shedeur Sanders. You better bring in somebody like Ben Johnson. You better bring in somebody, I think that's the offensive coordinator for the Lions. You better do your homework because if you fire somebody, that's like you coming on your job, you 6 months in, and you were trying to pick up everything, and you working with what you work with. They've left me with a mess, and all of a sudden they telling me, "Hey, Jock, we're gonna have to let you go." Why? You didn't even give me a chance to come in here and really prove myself like that. Can I bring my people in? If I'm in management, can I bring my people in? So no, I don't think he should be on the hot seat. It's his first year. If we were to think emotionally like that and we let him go, okay, you're gonna set this franchise back another 5 to 10 years because now you're bringing a new offensive system. You're messing up Will Levis. You're messing up this. You're messing up that. So in my opinion, no. What about you, Hawk?
Facts, no paper, Jacques. I don't think he should be on the hot seat either. I think that going into next year, changes need to be made. I do think, I don't know, on the coaching staff or whatever, players, whatever, because we are a 3-10 football team. And so I'm not saying going into next year, like during the offseason, he's on the hot seat when the season's over, whatever like that. But I will say going into next year, at the end of the year, if things are not improving, we don't see improvement, then he should be on the hot seat. But I want to say for right now, no, he's a rookie coach. He's still learning. There are a few things he does do well. and he's gotten better in some things. I think he's handling some things better. But I think again, for those that do feel that, it comes from the fact that we are a 3-10 football team. We just scored 6 points against the Jags. So I don't think he should be on the hot seat, but I do think as well, like, man, he's got to do better. And I hope he can do better. To your point of hiring somebody could be an offensive coordinator right now to run the plays, that might be something better for him. Because right now he might be too overwhelmed. You're a new coach. He didn't even run plays last year. He's a new coach, knew everything, change the guard, see what happens next year. Because offensively, we're still bottom 3 in the league in offense. So we're supposed to be an offensive guy. We're not getting it done. We are in a results league, in a results world. What is the result at the end of the day? So that's what I'm at.
And that result will get you bad EBITDA too. Just saying. You fire him this year, fire him 26. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. So Hawk, what should we focus on for the rest of the season?
So we got that poll question out there as well, too. I think for the rest of the season right now, man, is literally to see what you have in Will Levis, dude. To see what you have in him. Everybody else, just, younger players continue to build, continue to learn. Offensive linemen continue to do as well as you can. We need to see what we have in our quarterback position because, again, that's still an open dialogue. Based on today's loss with the Jags, when you look at the draft, I'm going to check that in just a second with these games that just happened and finished to where the Titans would be. But right now, I know a lot of people are saying we should draft a quarterback. But ladies and gentlemen, you got to think this. Where do we fall in the draft? So if we're not top 3 or top 4, we probably won't even have an opportunity to draft a quarterback. Right now, the Titans are number 6 right now in the draft. So being number 6, Cam Ward could be available. I'm not sure. But I think right now we need to see Will Levis improve. That's what I want to see. This for the next few games, where's Will Levis? That's what I want to see. And somewhat I want to see Brian Callahan too. I want to see that marriage improve over the next 3 weeks. That's what I want to see. What about you, Jacques?
To have the season end. I'm just playing. Man, just make sure everybody's healthy. That for me is health. Make sure everybody's healthy. Make sure everybody can get a reset and get this thing over it. To me, I think, in my opinion, it's just me. I think I've seen enough in Will Levis to know what I need to know and what I need to see. I've seen enough in Brian Callahan to say, okay, hey, I see what's going on. I get it. So for me, I'm putting that in the back of my mind. Me, what I want to see for the rest of the season, stay healthy. JC, stay healthy. Will Levis, stay healthy. Jeffrey Simmons, stay healthy. Landry, stay healthy. All your starters, Brownlee, everybody stay healthy because we need you next year. You're a pivotal part. You're a cornerstone of this franchise. Yeah, JC's been struggling. I get it. Yeah, whatever. He'll be okay. Okay? He'll be okay. Stay healthy. Get healthy. Get to the offseason. Rand Carthon, get ready. This is your biggest offseason of your career. That's for me. Health. Stay healthy.
All right. Okay. All right. So I have a question for you, a sort of a wild card question outside of the season and outside of this Jags game. And we got this poll question out there as well. What's wrong with us, bro? What's wrong with the Titans, bro? What's wrong with this organization? This is 3 years in a row that we've missed the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not act like, we're this and we're good. We're not. We're not a good football team. There's something wrong here. 3 years in a row in a bad division, the AFC South, maybe the worst division. It is the worst division in football. What's wrong with us?
I can't say lack of talent because if I say lack of talent, that's doing AJ Brown, Julio Jones. That's doing them disservice. Derrick Henry. That's doing them disservice because we've had talent within this organization and not just in this 3 years. I think this entire facade of the Titans, right? Again, you have Titans fans like us that have seen the glory days. We've been to the promised land. We've been to the Super Bowl. We were there with you guys. It was awesome. This lack of structure, and what I mean by lack of structure is the evaluation process of certain positions, right? And we've put a lot of evaluation in our running back position because we damn near probably have 3 Hall of Fame running backs that's been through this organization. Eddie George, Chris Johnson, if he ever gets a shot, and Derrick Henry for sure. We see that we evaluate that talent in that position at a high level, right? We might strike and hit on certain positions from time to time, but lack of structure is 100% the issue with this team, this whole thing. We pull the trigger too early on certain things like the Vrabel, right? How much power do certain individuals have in leadership that make decisions? How is your scouting department? Your scouting department seems to be very, very trash. And what I mean by scouting department is we do not scout the right position. When the right position, we know the most important position in football, and we hate to say it because we play defenses, but the quarterback position. How much investment do we put in the quarterback position? Well, we went out and got Tannehill. That's not investing in your quarterback position. That's saying, okay, hey, we're going to be okay for a little while. There's been plenty of options out there where we've been in sweepstakes with certain things. Drafting, right? Look what we did in the draft in the past 2 or 3 years, right? Well, for a matter of fact, I say 6 or 7 because when John Robinson was here. That is the problem, man. And then you can throw ownership in there a little bit. I'm not going to throw Amy under the bus just yet, but she has made some emotional triggers at times, right? So the lack of structure, you have to figure out from a structural standpoint, how can we get to the point where we are on track and being consistent? Because this organization is good at being inconsistent. Tell me a time we've been consistent, right? It was the early years. The early years, we were consistent. These latter years, we thought we were consistent with Vrabel, but it seems like something happened with that relationship that I don't know what happened. And I hate that for Vrabel because Vrabel is a decent coach. I do like him from a motivational standpoint. But I feel like it's just something's going on with this organization from a structure standpoint. And hopefully sometimes you need a reset like in 99 when we got the new stadium, when we got the new colors, when we got the new name change. When we changed everything, that was a fresh start to get everything jolted in. Hopefully a new stadium will jolt us into that new structure of the 22nd century or whatever we're going to be in there, right? So that's me, man. What about you, Hawk?
Facts, no paper, bro. I personally think it's been a lack of talent, bro. And I'm speaking on the fact that you got to look at the draft over the last 3 to 4 years. And I said 4 years ago, these bad drafts is going to hurt us down the road. And it has. And we've missed the playoffs 3 years in a row. When you have a first-round pick in Isaiah Wilson who only played 2 field goal block snaps in his entire career, you look at Caleb Farley, a first-round pick that did nothing but really play special teams and be injured his entire time. So when you look at situations like that, we're feeling it now. That's why we have to bring in free agents to take over the bad drafts that we've had over the last several years. I don't think we are as talented as we could have been now than we had been years in the past. I give John Robinson credit on some of the drafts that he had, bringing in A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry, Jack Conklin. I mean, hey, he was on a roll. And then all of a sudden, he had a few players that outplayed their position in the draft. And I think he felt that he could do that moving forward, as if that is a philosophy or some type of science. What has it done to us now? It has made us lose 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row. And right now, of structure and those things, yes, that is a part of it. But I still feel too, we have not had the talent to win a lot of football games. We haven't. For years, we depended on one player in Derrick Henry, right? After Derrick Henry, who are we going to throw it to when A.J. Brown wasn't here, right? It's like, I don't know, right? Tannehill declining. And, so I just think there has not been a lot of talent here to win a lot of football games. And if it has been talent and we're losing football games, you got to put that on coaching. If we feel like we had talent and we're losing, then that's coaching. But I really think that's not been the case. I think most of the last several years has been a lack of talent due to terrible drafts. If you draft bad and you keep drafting bad, Jacques and I talked about the Washington Commanders. The Commanders, the last few first-round picks ain't even made the team, bro. They finally get it right with Jaden Daniels, and they're going to the playoffs. They haven't made the playoffs since 2012. What other example needs to be when you don't draft well, you're not going to win football games? So I think it's a lack of talent, bro. Yep. So, well, cool. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are at our favorite part of the show, man. We're at the live chop-up. We're going to give you all an opportunity to post some questions out there for us. We're going to fire off some answers for you. Follow us and subscribe to us if you're not already. Let's get it in, folks.
Maybe draft a quarterback from LSU. And I'm going to tell you something, too. Do not draft a quarterback in no more middle rounds. I'm sorry. Do not do the not second and below. Do not draft a quarterback. If he's not first, I'm not drafting no quarterback. I can't do it anymore. We did it with Malik. We did it with Will. I can't do it anymore. We did it with Colt, whatever his name was from Hawaii. Yep. I just can't rock. And I think I've stated this before. The Titans do good with bridge quarterbacks. We have not done good with rookie quarterbacks besides when Vince Young won the Rookie of the Year. Mariota kind of did okay. He did decent, but now Mariota is what he is. And I think sometimes we have to accept as an organization and as a fan base, they're not as good as we think they are.
Facts, bro. They're not.
I look at Mariota, and I'm always going to say this. As some people's introduction to the Titans was Mariota, right? Some younger kids and younger people. To me, he was okay. He was okay. He was not. He won a playoff game. Yes, he did. But now, what happened to him now after he was let go from the Titans? Oh, he's in a better system. He didn't prosper. He's in this system. He didn't prosper. So sometimes you are what you are, and you just have to accept it. That's just what it is. Let me see. Yep, I see it. Yeah. And Jordan, that's it. I mean, we need a franchise. I mean, at this point, you just need to build up, like we've talked about plenty of times, through the draft, and let the draft kind of bring you guys. Kerry Collins. Hey, Kerry Collins got us to a playoff game. He did his thing. Him and Chris Johnson, they did that thing. Just bridge quarterbacks we tend to do better with. Tannehill was a jolt. He jolted us.
He did.
I mean, he was serviceable. So.
Yep. But then we say bringing the Kerry Collins in, folks, in the chat. Cool, but who is Kerry Collins, right? That's in the NFL now,
he's
right?
Joking. He's joking.
No, but I think that's. But I think that's not. I don't. 13-3. I don't think so. I think he is saying bringing a bridge quarterback. Next year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand that it depends on who's available. You know, you got Sam Bradford and things like that. We'll see.
I wouldn't even bring them in. T. Kelly says, if we draft Jalen Miro late, would the Titans be okay? No, Jalen Miro is not. No, he's another one that's no. Get that out your mind. I hate to be like that, but please, I don't get that out. No, And I think that's the problem that's been with the Titans. We think we can draft quarterbacks late and it turn out like Tom Brady or Brock Purdy. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. First round picks are up. Let's do it.
Yep. Top 5 minimum.
Yep.
If a quarterback gets that type of a grade, go for him. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But here's the thing: I don't know if there's a quarterback. Shedeur is going to the Raiders.
100%. 100%.
Cam Ward could go to the Giants.
Yep.
Browns. But I'm gonna tell you this, Job. You ready? Ready for this, Job? Just say if they don't draft Cam Ward, the way the draft looks now. The Patriots are not going to draft another quarterback. The Carolina Panthers isn't, and the Jags won't. You know who's next? The
Titans. Yep. So, and it wouldn't surprise me if they did that. It wouldn't surprise me if the Titans pulled the Falcons. And I know the people gave the Falcons a flack for drafting Michael Penix Jr., but it's giving him time to just sit back and relax and just chill. And just chill, bro. Just do your thing and just learn as much as you can. Not saying you're going to come out and be what you be, but we've seen time heals wounds sometimes, right?
Yeah. I think the only difference with Penix and the Falcons is because Kirk Cousins is a lot older. Will Levis is young. You know what I'm saying? So
young in his football career.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. I'm always iterate that. He's young in his football career because I think he'll be 25. Is he 25 now?
He's 25 now.
He'll be 26. Yeah, he'll be 26 next season. Yeah. Wow.
We got somebody.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think this draft, I'm with you, Trey. If you okay, let me ask you that, Hawk. If he's there at 5, would you take? 6. Would you take him?
He would have to really show out in the combine and things. I probably wouldn't, dude. I'm literally thinking it's going to be Will Levis, but we need to trade. We need to bring in more talent. We have a lot of holes, so I'm thinking to trade back and to get more picks in the first round. That's what I would say, dude, because we need picks.
Yep.
We're trying to take over what we've lost at over the last 4 or 5 seasons, man. For real.
Shout out to Jonnu Smith, man. Shout out to Jonnu Smith. I'm actually, he just caught the game-winning touchdown.
That's good on my fantasy team.
For the Dolphins. Shout out to Jonnu because, again, he was he was a hell of a Titan, in my opinion. He was balling, and that's another example that we do as a Titans organization. We get rid of them too early, in my opinion, and then we call them trash when they get on other teams. We like, see, they suck. But what happens when they do that, right? I'm gonna give them their credit. I'm gonna give them what they deserve because I don't like that when we do that. Some of them, a lot of them, yes, deserve that crap. But look at all the Titans that are playing for the Chargers right now on the playoff hunt. They're fighting for a playoff spot like we're sitting in the dungeon in the deep eating cereal and watching the wall, looking stupid.
Yep.
So
we got. Oh, go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
No, you good. No, you good. You good. You good.
Go ahead.
We got room for one more question, y'all. One more question. I see a lot of people talk about offensive line, D line. Man, we need it all, dude. Jacques, what have you been telling me? Hey, Hawk, you know who I want to draft? What you say, Jacques?
Best player available.
Yep. Mr. BPA.
Give me the best player available. If we had 6 and he right there, give him to me. Because I already know he gonna just plug him in. At this point, I don't care. In the second round, BPA, best player available. Third round, same thing. We need talent. I was telling Hawk earlier, what do we need, Hawk? We need us a George Pickens. We need us a what's the kid from LSU? Tyron Lacey. We need some swag on offense. We ain't got no swag on offense. We had Derrick Henry. He was our swag. It's gone now.
That's right.
Can we talk about draft strategy? You're 100% correct, Jordan. I agree.
Yep. And Jordan is, and as the season goes, go ahead.
No, so I think this is a question from Clubs Math. He says if they keep Callahan, they should ride with Levis. If they chose to fire Callahan, draft a quarterback. What's your thoughts on that?
I think I could see that. I get it because it's really based on the coach. If they did that. Jacques, I know you don't want us firing Cal. I see your face. I see.
I'm gonna tell you why. No,
because listen. I'm not saying fire. I'm not saying.
No, not you. But
me answer the question. I don't want you thinking like I'm sitting there and fire. What I'm just doing this just based on his question. If they did, because anything can happen with Amy Adams Strunk. She might fire him. She might.
That's the problem.
If she did do that, that lets me know. Yeah, they're trying to get another quarterback, and it ain't Levis. I think that's what would be the case. What about you, Jacques?
But my thing is, Cat's not Callahan's quarterback. Will Levis was never Callahan's quarterback. And
that's true, sir.
If I'm Callahan, that's my argument. Why are you firing me? And he's not even my freaking guy.
That's right.
You didn't even give me a chance to bring him, Mike. If that happened, if I'm Callahan, I would trash the Titans organization. I would go somewhere and I would never come back here. Because if I'm a future head coach, I don't want to come here because of that. That means if I have a losing season, you're gonna fire me tomorrow? Nah, bro. At that point, throw the organization away. I'm done. I'm dead serious, bro. You do that? Yeah. I'm thinking logical here because I'm like, if you do that, you didn't give him a chance to go out and evaluate his quarterback and say, okay, hey, I like him. I like his tendencies. I like what he does. Hey, Rand, I want him, and Rand's gonna make it happen, even if he has to trade.
Yep. That's right.
So,
all right.
But my bad. We had another question. He said, "Do they let Callie pick this guy or fire Callie?" So, I will say we'll save a lot of this. This is good. This is a good conversation.
For sure. Okay, y'all. Well, listen. Thank you all for joining into the show, y'all. If you have not subscribed, man, do that right now. Our name tags is at the bottom there. Lorenzo_the Hawk. Same with Jacques as well at Jacques Merrill. Shout out to Bleacher Report as well, man. You know we love doing this, bro. Hey, as well, if you have not followed or subscribed to us on YouTube, do that today at Tennessee Titans Weekly. We're on Twitter, Titans Weekly 24/7. We're on Instagram at Tennessee Titans. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. We got merchandise at TEE Spring, Tennessee Titans Weekly. We out there, Jacques.
Yes, sir. And again, thank you, Bleacher Report, for giving us this opportunity, man. We really appreciate this. Thank y'all for participating in the show and just bringing y'all's great comments and opinions and everything. Hey, y'all know we got what we got. And let's try to get to the next game. And, hey, take us away, Hawk.
Okay, man. All right. We hope y'all have a great rest of your day and week. And, Jacques, as we always do and as we always say, Jacques, facts.
No paper.